sa map natin, we can see or we can go to Cainta, Rizal, and Taytay. Ngayon, if we move naman to the south, doon na yung mga vast majority of our projects, which is Makati, Taguig, MOA, and Alabang. And of course, sa west side of Pasig would be San Juan, some parts of Quezon City, and Mandaluyong. So kung makikita natin sa geographical location ng Pasig, nasa gitna siya ng lahat. Kung makikita natin dito sa map na to, we can see Ortigas. Yun lang ang nakalagay na pangalan because it's one of the most recognized central business district. But Ortigas is located in Pasig City. Okay? So, kung titingnan natin, I have encircled yung Ortigas as the center of everything. Makikita natin dito sa 4 na quadrants kung ano yung mga landmarks na mabilis ang name recall natin sa mga clients. So, later on, I will move to a more detailed explanation ng mga bawat areas. But basically, I'm just showing you the geographical location of Ortigas, Pasig. Okay, so naalala nyo ba yung time na we were selling Mall of Asia? During that time, hindi naman social ang tawag sa Mall of Asia. Parang ang tawag natin noon is Pasay City. Taga saan ka? Taga Pasay. Pero ngayon pag sinabi mong you live in Pasay, ay taga MOA ako. So parang nagiging ganun na yung concept natin of an area that is being developed. So C5, before, ang pagkakaalam lang natin ng C5, it's just like an extension of EDSA. So kung hindi ka makakadaan ng EDSA, dadaan ka ng C5. But right now, C5 is being rehabilitated, being redeveloped. That's why it's moving to another brand, which we call the C5 Ortigas Corridor. So, kung makikita natin sa map that is provided to us by SMDC, yung project natin na Gem Residences is located at the center of C5 Ortigas Corridor. So, pag nag-ano tayo sa clients natin, pag nagbigay tayo ng kwento sa clients natin, we can use actually this brand, C5 Ortigas Corridor. Okay. Kanina, nagbigay ako ng 3 points. Sorry, let me just go back here. 3 points, why Pasig? So, first is the location. Second is wide range of lifestyle, destination, and leisure activities. And of course, the third one is the promise of growth. So, we move to my first slide, which will explain why Pasig is a great location. So, unang-una, pag sinabi mong Pasig, this is where most of the exclusive subdivisions are located. Meron dyan yung naririnig yung Valle Verde, Green Meadows, Corinthians, yun yung mga sikat, kumbaga dito, and exclusive subdivisions. Ngayon, when you Google it sa internet, maghanap tayo ng mga price range of those houses in those exclusive subdivisions, makikita natin that the prices will already range from 100 to 200 million for a house and lot. Actually, this price that you see here, the 60 million, this is 2018 pa. Pero biglang nagka-surge ang properties like other areas in Metro Manila. So ngayon, nasa 100 to 200 na siya. Okay. Ngayon, in this slide, you'll be able to see 3 business districts na kilalang-kilala ng lahat, which is Makati, Ortigas Center, and the famous BGC. Ngayon, pag pinag-compare natin yung 3 business district, ano yung mapapansin natin? Lahat naman to, maraming negosyo. Pero ang pinaka-mapapansin natin dito is Ortigas Center or Pasig has the smallest in terms of land area. Makati has 146, Bonifacio Global City or BGC has 240 hectares. Ortigas area has 100 hectares only. But my question is sa inyo, do you think having a small land area, is that an advantage or a disadvantage para sa ating mga investors? Well, practically, I would say it's more of an advantage. Because when you go to BGC and Makati, you'd expect higher rates in terms of rental. So what happens is, actually according to a study that I've read by Santos Frank, ang Ortigas Center ngayon has the lowest vacancy rate in terms of office and residential rentals. Dahil ang mga tao sa Metro Manila, pinipili na doon i-locate ang sarili nila kasi it's an easier access if you go to BGC and Makati, but you're still enjoying a more laid-back and cheaper cost in terms of rental. Okay. We move on to the second most important thing na kailangan natin ma-highlight sa mga kliyente natin. Aside from location, ang isang part why they have to choose to invest in Pasig is Pasig has a wide array of lifestyle destination and vast leisure activities. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Before I move to that, I will just like to share with you some of the awards na nakuha ni Pasig through the years. So Pasig is known as one of the greenest cities in Metro Manila. Anong ibig sabihin natin when we say ang isang city ay green? Kulay green ba siya o ano? So to give you a background kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng Pasig being a greenest, kulay pink siya. So ibig sabihin, when a city is green, is they practice sustainable activities. Katulad na lang ng pag nagtatapon kami ng basura, we segregate yung biodegradable, non-biodegradable. Every Sunday, may mga roads kami dito na sinasara ng government namin para magamit ng mga taong may mga anak, pwede silang maglaro na walang dumadaan ng mga kotse. At the same time, may mga taong who enjoys nagbabike around sila. So we have areas here in Pasig City allocated for that. At the same time, since maraming tao ngang ini-encourage ang government to use bike, the government has installed bike lanes around Pasig City to lower emission, lower the pollution na dulot ng mga kotse. Also, kung makikita natin, I'll just mute na ano. Okay. Please mute pala guys. And then yung housing din natin, kahit maraming nagtatayo ang developments dito, our local government has always propagated na at least 40% to 60% are allocated to open spaces. So bawal dito yung magtatayo ka tapos pupunuin mo ng puro buildings. Kailangan may ibibigay ka sa environment. And then, of course, bilang Pasig was also one of the cities na nag-start ng walang plastic straws, walang plastic bags for the groceries, kami din ang isa sa mga unang nag-practice ng sustainable local business. So even SM, na ganun na siya kalaki, supported the projects of the government. And of course, during 2013, Pasig was honored as one of the most livable cities in the world. Okay. Ngayon, ano ba ang mga pamilyar lifestyle when we say anong merong lifestyle sa Pasig City? All of you, alam ko, sobrang aware na kayo dito because halos lahat tayo nakapunta na rin dito. But let me just at least refresh your memory kung ano yung meron sa Pasig. So malls, we have the Podium, Shangri-La, Ayala Malls, Robinsons, and of course, the most famous Mega Mall, also owned by SM. We have Tiendesitas. Later on, tatandaan nyo itong Tiendesitas because this is a very important selling point na pwede nating i-highlight sa mga clients natin for Gem Residences. Ngayon, ang Tiendesitas, just to give a little bit more background, previously it was owned by the Ortigas company. But right now, Ortigas is already in partnership with the Ayalas and SM. Tiendesitas and Estancia, tayo ang may hawak ng SM department store. So SM has already prepared for this launching. Kumaga, few years back, ni-ready na niya lahat ng pwede nating ikwento sa mga kliyente natin. Because most places here na leisure sa Pasig, meron si SM. Example, Green Hills Shopping Center, that's in San Juan. Siguro from Pasig, it will take you around mga 15 to 20 minutes going to Green Hills. But Green Hills right now, is owned and managed also by SM. So makikita natin ang dominance ni SMDC sa area na to. Kaya hindi tayo mahihirapan to tell our story to our investors. Okay. Of course, when you want to settle in an area, ano ba ang unang nasa isip natin aside from security? Siyempre, ang pangalawa doon would be job security. Meron bang trabaho? Meron bang income sa isang lugar? So, lahat ng mga taga-Pasig or from the nearby areas like Mandaluyong, kilalang-kilala ang mga companies na to. Sobrang tagal na ng Meralco dito, San Miguel Corporation, Unilab, the BDO are one of our towers dito kung saan ang loan department ng BDO, meron tayong malaking building dito in Ortigas Center, Pasig. Nung graduate nga ako nung college, one of my dreams was to work in Unilab. Kaso, kasi sabi ko, nako, pagkagising ko sa umaga, it will just take me 5 to 10 minutes na sa office na ako. Pero, nag-iba ang palad ko, nadala ako kay SMDC. So, iba ang plan ni Lord. So, sabi ko, okay, sige, this is exciting. Sabi kong ganon. Okay, other companies na makikita nyo sa Pasig would be the BPO companies, which I think is a big market of Gem Residences. Kasi, ang mga tao ngayon, pagod na sila mag-travel, ayaw na nilang gumastos sa transpo, ilolocate nila ang self nila sa mas malapit na areas. Of course, we have 5-star hotels, 3 to 5-star hotels. Kilalang-kilala niyo yung EDSA Siang, Marco Polo, Discovery Suites, Holiday Inn, and Oakwood. Ang ibig sabihin lang, pag yung isang area, maraming hotels, maraming business activities nangyayari sa isang area, which makes the area mas economic value niya. Siyempre, when you also live in one area, gusto mo rin ang healthcare system nila maayos. So in Pasig, makikita natin one of the biggest hospitals in Metro Manila, which is the Medical City. And then if you go 20 minutes away lang, we have Cardinal Santos in San Juan and VRP in Mandaluyong. Okay, eto. Pag later on, nagbubuo tayo ng pamilya, magkakaroon tayo ng mga anak. So of course, ang una nating isip kaagad, saan ko paaaralin ng mga anak ko? Diba? So, luckily, Pasig has one of the best schools in Metro. Actually, they have the best schools in the Metro. So St. Paul is in Pasig. University of Asia in the Pacific is where I graduated my college. It's a business school. And then Ateneo de Manila. Nako, kilalang Ateneo. And then we have Poveda, which is an all-girls school. Xavier, para din naman yun sa mga Chinese na all-boys naman, all-boys school. Lasal Green Hills. Nako, ang dalawa, Ateneo, blue and green, andyan lang, Ika. So hindi ka mawawala ng option in term if you want to put your children into the best schools dahil nandito siya. Okay, of course, the place of worship. We have Victory, we have CCF. Actually, just in front of where I live is one of the biggest areas, biggest buildings of CCF. So every Sunday, pupunta ako dyan, dumadaan ako dyan, nakikita ko talaga ang daming churchgoers. So CCF would also be one of your target markets because ang dami, alam ko, na-share sa akin ng isa kong friend na CCF, Sir Big Boy actually spoke in front of them, invited them, mentioned about Gem Residences, and they said, actually doon sila naging curious, saan ba yan? Kasi we want to have one. So, at least meron na kayong mga baon ngayon kung sino yung pwede nating i-target. And kasama din sa lifestyle natin would be the food destinations. Alam na alam nyo itong lahat kasi marami na sa inyo nakapunta ng Kapitolyo and Capitol Commons. Nandun lang lahat ang mga para sa mga foodies. And ito, hindi to masyadong aware sa lahat kasi usually naman, di ba, hindi naman sa lahat ng araw gagamitin natin yung kotse natin to move from point A to point B. Sometimes we want to take the we want to take other transportations. So i-share ko lang itong jeep ko na umiikot siya within Pasig. Ngayon, ang dito you can use this transportation with a very minimal fee of around 9 pesos to 20 pesos. pwede ka nang umikot around Pasig. And the best thing is, it's 24 hours operating. So kung makikita nyo dito, C5 is one of the points kung saan kayo pwedeng sumakay. Okay? So, to add more to the leisure and lifestyle activities, meron tayo dito Wakwak Golf Course. So, ito very prominent ito sa mga taong mahilig maglaro ng mga golf and mahilig mag-enjoy ng mga club amenities. Malapit din to sa Pasig. Probably it's around 15 minutes without traffic. And of course, gusto ko lang din i-highlight itong Philippine Sports Complex, which is now called Ultra. Ngayon, ang history nitong Ultra, alam ko, before, ito yung venue kung saan hinuhold ang mga PBA games. Kaya, and yung mga concerts. Kaya nga nung time na yon, actually until now, kung ikot ka sa Pasig, ang dami-daming basketball players living within Pasig. To name a few, Mark Pingris lives in Valle Verde, si Taulava lives in Capitolio, and I think Aducol also lives in Capitolio. So, very sikat ang area na to for basketball players. And, of course, ano pa ba ang maganda sa Pasig? Well, bilang malapit tayo sa mga exclusive residences such as Valle Verde, Green Meadows, automatically it elevates the value of the property. Kasi syempre, nandun tayo malapit sa mga exclusive subdivisions. When you say exclusive, you can expect a good community. Okay. So, the third thing that we have to remember na pwede nating i-point out sa mga clients natin, which is I think ito naman ang pinaka-major concern ng clients talaga ng SMDC, is there a promise of growth? Meron pa bang itataas ang lupa sa Pasig knowing na ang tagal na ng Ortigas, ang tagal na ng Pasig? Well, my answer to that is a resounding yes. Because Pasig is actually one of the recipients of the Build, Build, Build program ng ating government. So ano bang ibig sabihin? Kung merong Build, Build, Build program, anong pwede nating i-expect sa isang lugar? So we can expect the following. Merong mga railways and additional mass transport. May bridges and roads that are developed. And of course, i-improve nila lalo ang city na to. Ito, I'll just, mabilis lang ako dito because I just want to share this. Very minimal naman ito na, but mas maganda na rin na alam natin ito pag tinanong tayo ng mga clients natin. So these two tables, to your left, basically makita nyo dito yung naging benta ng area bawat cities. So may Makati, Taguig, QC, Alabang, Bay Area, which is our MOA. Kung makikita nyo, Ortigas or Pasig has 97% units sold. Ibig sabihin, may demand, ibig sabihin, we still lack inventory. Kasi dito naman natin siya check. Paano natin masasabi na maganda ang area? Maganda ang area ng Ortigas because it has mababa ang monthly average take-up niya. Ibig sabihin, maraming humahanap ng rentahan, maraming humahanap ng pwedeng mabili, pero there is low supply. So yun ang ibig sabihin ng monthly take-up. If you look at Bay Area, bakit naman ang taas? Nabebenta naman nating lahat sa Shore 1, 2, and 3. Ang Bay Area during this time, umangat ang monthly take-up niya despite the robust sales is because nag-launch tayo ng sale residences. So during this time, nakadagdag ng monthly take-up ang sale residences, dumami yung inventaryo natin, mas marami tayong pwedeng ibenta. Ngayon, if we look naman to the right corner of this slide, makikita naman natin yung actual price per square meter ng area. So we can see that Makati has the highest per square meter in terms of price. Kung makikita natin ng Ortigas, nandito pa lang tayo sa 277. Now, is this again a disadvantage or an advantage? So, any investor naman does not want to buy something that's matured price already. Siyempre, lagi nga sinasabi, kaya nga ako nag-i-invest kasi gusto kong kumita, di ba? So, magandang ikwento natin to sa mga kliyente natin that Ortigas is still developing. Actually, we are redeveloping. So, kung nagsisimula ang price natin at 277, there is a possibility, a big possibility, that it can still go up at 350,000 to 400. Mamaya makikita nyo why I'm confident to say that we still have room for improvement or for increase. Okay. Very important sa isang area pag sinasabi mong may progress. Kailangan pag may progress, may galing sa infrastructure, di ba? Kasi yun lang naman ang nagpapahirap ng buhay ng tao pag walang infrastructure ang lugar. Ibig sabihin, walang magandang transpo, walang magandang road, walang magandang bridges and roads, di ba? So ito lang, what are the things that we need to know? Very important that we need to highlight to our clients. The MRT4 project, which is Gem Residences, will benefit greatly from this. So these are basic info lang, no? The project cost is around 60 billion for the MRT4 project, which will connect Domingo to Taytay. Basically, ganun lang siya. But that will be comprised of 11 stations. So the construction will start next year and it will end by 2025. Of course, we can expect a little bit of delays because of what happened sa atin. But kung titingnan nyo, ang turnover ni Gem Residences is around April of 2026. So more or less, sasabay tayo sa project ng government na MRT4. Okay, what are the stations na makikita natin sa MRT4? So, as I've mentioned earlier, Domingo, Green Hills, EDSA, dadaan dyan, and then Meralco Avenue and Rosario. Ngayon, let's take a look into number 5 and number 6. These two numbers are actually located in Pasig. But due to the negotiations ng mga developers, the government has revised this. Just this year, I think. Binago nila yung station. Number 5 is Meralco Avenue, but number 6, nilagay na nila ang stations sa Tiendesitas. So remember kanina, I told you, very important ang role ng Tiendesitas sa kwento natin, sa mga clients natin. Because that will be a substation for MRT4. Okay. Ngayon, ano-ano pa ba ang mga bagay that can say, tingin ko, kaya pa talaga if we start at 280,000 per square, kaya pa natin pumalo ng 350 or more. Because of the following drivers of growth that are only located within C5 kung nasaan ang property natin. So, syempre, kailangan pag nagbebenta tayo ng property natin, alam din natin kung sino yung mga katabi natin, our neighbors, our competitors. Pero ako personally, kesa isipin ko siyang competitor natin, I would rather think of it na these are our allies. These are the developers na we will also benefit from. Kasi once they develop the area, makikinabang din tayo. Same as go sa atin. If we develop ang area, other developers nakikinabang din sa atin. So, the succeeding slides, makikita nyo, a comparative study lang kung ano-ano yung mga developers na nandito sa paligid ng Gem Residences. Okay? So first, we have Ayala. Ayala has 3 brands. They have Ayala Premier, Alveo, and Avida. So, right now, Ayala is selling their properties at 350,000 per square. Tanong ko nga sabi ko, marami bang bumibili despite the price? And they said, yes, ang dami pa rin bumibili because people can no longer afford 200 million houses. Whereas if you buy from Ayala, they said 80 million lang, you have already 306 square meters property within Ortigas, within C5 Ortigas corridor. Okay? So, dito papakita ko sa inyo yung project ng Ayala na pwede rin natin magamit. Okay. So, Ayala Parklinks is just about, what do we need to know about this? It's located 2.4 kilometers away Gem Residences. So, para ma-visualize ng mga kasama natin dito living in the south, 2.4 kilometers is approximately siguro from Mall of Asia going to Heritage Hotel or Mall of Asia going to Soler. So, ganun kalayo ang 2.4. So, malayo ba yun or malapit? I think it's something naman na parang walkable, di ba, and drivable. Okay, anong plan na gagawin ni Ayala dito? Ayala will build this iconic landmark. Itong bridge na to that connects Pasig and Quezon City. Kasi ang nakuha ni Ayala dito is around 35 hectares of land. One of the biggest in the area. So gagawa siya ng 4-lane na bridge. And again, dahil nasa Pasig tayo, gagawa sila ng bike and pedestrian lanes. So imagine this kind of development after 5 years. And ito ulit, kiniter ulit ni Ayala ang high-end market. They're going to put up a 5-story premium lifestyle Ayala Mall. Okay, so lahat naman kayo, I'm sure, nakapunta na sa Greenbelt 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Para ma-visualize natin how big Ayala Malls will be here. Let's imagine the entire Greenbelt 1 to 5. That is exactly yung commercial area na gagawin ni Ayala. Just 2.5 kilometers away Gem Residences. Okay? So, and then we move to our second competitor ally, which is Ortigas East. Ortigas East, tayo din ang may hawak ng commercial area nila. So, pwede rin natin gamitin yan sa mga clients natin. Right now, Ortigas East is selling their condominiums for 320,000 per square meter. Lowest price is 10 million. Malayong-malayo pa rin siya sa atin. And highest price is 60 million. Sizes would range from 32 to 187 studio to townhouses. They have condo townhouses. Ang monthly nila starts at 28, so malayong-malayo ulit sa atin. And then, 42 months to pay na lang sila. Maiksi. Ngayon, the next slide, ang makikita nyo dito is the vision of Ortigas East. Anong mangyayari? Ortigas East actually will take 5 to 20 years to develop. Pero in 5 years, makakakita na tayo ng economic activity dahil mauunang i-launch ang tower nila for office spaces. So this is the vision of Ortigas East. Ang Gem Residences is only right in this area. Malapit na malapit tayo. From Gem, going to Tiendecita Station, that will only take us about 750 to 850 meters. Pag nilakad natin yon, just about 15 to 20 minutes. So imagine yun na lang, naglalakad kayo going there. Ang ganda. Very developed na yung area. So this is the vision of Ortigas. And as I've mentioned kanina, ito yung unang ma-turn over nila, the Glaston Tower, which in just 7 hours, they were able to sell 81% of it. This again is a big indicator that there is business in this area. When there is business, there is rental. When there is business, there are buyers and investors. Okay? So the third one would be Bridgetown by Robinsons. This one is 265 per square. Meron silang 6.3. But ang difference natin sa kanila is they only have studio units. They don't have 1-bedroom units. They have units from 24 to 26 square meters. Longest payment term is 56 months. And lowest monthly is 22,000 a month. Then again, Bridgetown, malapit din ito sa Gem Residences. The fourth one will be Arcovia by Mega World. Now, in terms of price, probably, this is one of our direct competitors kasi hindi nagkakalayo ang presyo natin. But, meron pa rin akong nakitang competitive advantage ni SMDC versus Arcovia. Arcovia is 250, price starts at 7.3 to 37 million. So kung makikita nyo, di ba, yung presyo sa area dito, hindi na siya bumababa talaga ng ganon. In fact, when you look at our price list, parang tayo na nga yung pinakamababa sa area. So the size of Arcovia is around 30 to 197 square meters and maximum 60 months to pay. And the lowest monthly that they have is 20,000. Okay, now we move to our own project. So far ba, do we have any questions? So far, okay naman. Sige, let's proceed.
Okay naman, Julia. Okay naman.
Okay naman. Sige, let's proceed. So, this is actually our second already project in Pasig. I think the first one is Shine Residences, But this is our first development in the C5 Ortigas corridor. So Gem Residences is a single tower development, 33 ang residential floors niya. Yung iba, ang maganda dito, ang parking natin is podium type, hindi tayo basement. And then we also have, naturally, SMDC lalagay talaga ng commercial area sa baba ng building, which makes it more convenient for our residents. So the turnover date for GEM is April 2026. Abot talaga tayo sa MRT4. Okay, ngayon, sino ang target market natin? Nako, isipin natin, baka naman naubos na ng Ayala, ng Ortigas East, ng Robinsons, ng Arcovia ang target market natin. By the way, they launched about October 2008. Some of them launched 2019. So, SMDC, nakita ko na yung strategy na ginawa ni SMDC. Pinauna niya yung ibang developers and will take up the market na hindi nakabili sa kanila. Or the market that does not belong to their niche. Kumbaga, may mga market tayo na pangrenta lang ako. So, ito, SMDC swak. Yun ngayon yung market na nakikita ko na pwede nating kunin. And I've also interviewed some of the agents from Ayala and Ortigas, and I've asked this question, sino ba ang bumibili sa inyo? Ano ba halos? End users ba? Or investors? Well, some of them said na during our first building, ang halos bumili are end users because they have bigger spaces. But, sabi nila, in the long run, sabi nila, ang nangyari pa rin, 80% were investors, 20% were end users. So, dito ko nakita yung line of thought ni SMDC, bakit ngayon kung nilabas yung GEM? Because the market still is very heavy on investors. Nandun pa rin ang benta ng GEM. Diba? So, sino yung dapat nating isipin na i-target natin? First would be the young professionals, the millennials. Tayo yon, millennials, di ba? Young and established professionals. And then, second would be the upgraders, personally. Kasi lahat naman ng bibili sa Pasig, para sa akin, mga taga-Pasig din yan. Kasi very kami love na love namin yung city namin, lalo na ngayon na si Vico yung naging mayor namin. Ako lalo namin na love yung city namin. So parang yung feeling namin, ayaw na namin umalis dito, okay na kami dito. So yun yung market nyo for end use. But your market for investors would be people coming from different areas. Lahat, kahit sino, pwede pa rin. And then of course, the upgraders. Sino naman yung mga upgraders? Yung mga upgraders are people living in the east side of Pasig, which is Cainta, Taytay, Rizal, Marikina, and some parts of Quezon City. Siyempre, we are the center. Pasig is the center. You would always want to locate yourself in the center. So yun yung mga pwede nating target market. Okay, itong amenities, very brief lang kasi I know every one of you knows this by heart already. But it's very important. Meron ako ditong slide na nakita na I think it's also a very powerful slide that we can use for our clients. Ito, usually minineglect ko yung mga slides na to. Amenity, pare-pareho lang yan. But dito ko nakita na SMDC designed this the way we want how to live our lives in Pasig. Gusto kasi namin laid back, pero balansyado. Yung hindi naman tayo puro trabaho, hindi rin naman tayo puro enjoy. Tama lang. So kung makikita mo yung amenities ni Gem Residences, meron tayong workspaces for those people allocated na pag nagtatrabaho tayo. And then meron din tayong yoga and outdoor gym. Para ma-feel natin, even if we're a single-story development, we can still feel the outdoors. So dito, makikita nyo yung pagbalanse ni SMDC sa everyday living ng ating magiging clients and residents. Gusto mo mag-relax, we have the lounge area. And of course, one of our pride, yung hotel-like lobbies ng SMDC, ganun pa rin. And very brief lang ulit, the sizes that we're offering is around 22. Our biggest would be 35. So dito, malalaro nyo, depende on the profile of the client. If they want investment, they would probably go for 22 to 24. Which is, guys, if you check our inventory, marami pa tayong priced at 5.9. So if you divide that per square, naglalaro lang siya ng 255. I think if your clients are investors, go for that area. Kasi mababa pa siya per square meter eh. There is still a big room for improvement, ika nga. Because some developers are already selling theirs at 320 to 350. So, in 5 years or 6 years time, definite yan, aangat yan. Okay. So ito yung typical floor plan natin. Alam naman na natin how to read this. But basically, I just want to point out 3 major views that we have. On this side, 6 to 21, dito natin makikita ang Sierra Madre Mountains. On this side naman, 41 to 48, 1 to 5, we can see Ortigas Skyline. And on this side would be BGC. So I'll share with you photos lang kung how it looks pag nasa taas tayo ng building. Siguro if your clients are more on view person sila, you can recommend them to get higher floors. Siguro I live on the 17th floor, nakikita ko na rin yung Sierra Madre. So this is an example on Ortigas Skyline na makikita natin. Ang maganda pa dito guys sa Gem Residences, yung location natin is located sa isang area na developed na. So what can we expect out from it? Yung pwede nating masabi sa clients natin is wala na tayong may possibility ba yan na ma-block pa ang view ko? Wala na tayong ganon kasi established na yung harap at likod natin eh. Meron na mga residente. So when they get an Ortigas Skyline view, this is what they'll see. Okay? And then the Sierra Madre Skyline. Yan, pagkagising mo sa umaga, yun ang makikita mo. Puro bundok, tsaka yung puro green. And then, the BGC Skyline. For those people naman na gusto talaga nila kita yung parang Metro Manila. Okay. Ngayon, magkano ba ang Gem Residences? Are we competitive enough na para confident tayo na kausapin ng mga investors natin? Yes, we are. We are very competitive in a sense that we are only priced right. We are at about 259,000 per square up to 300,000. Ngayon, itong 300,000, probably these are the special units with special views and then the bigger cuts. Okay? So kanina, na-explain ko na, nag-start tayo from 22 to 35 square meters. Dito tayo panalo, guys. Our monthly only starts at 13,000. Pinakamataas na natin at 23. So if you notice, yung pinakamataas nating monthly, starting price pa lang ng ibang developer. Do you think this is a great advantage? I think it's a very big advantage for us. And dinagdagan pa ni SMDC another advantage. We are 70 months to pay. Lalo na ngayon, may nangyaring pandemic. Clients would want actually a more affordable monthly and longer. Kasi bebuelo muna sila eh. Titingin muna sila what will happen. But earlier this morning, I read an article na nagsasalita doon yung anak ni Hansi. And then they were projecting that by March 2021, yung business natin babalik sa dati. So what he's saying lang is, even if situations are difficult now, kailangan pa rin natin gawin kung paano natin ginawa noon. Because this too shall pass. It's not going to be forever. Hindi naman tayo laging ganito, hirap mag-set ng meeting sa mga clients. Probably out of 100%, we get 70% no, 30% yes, or even smaller. But ang sinasabi niya doon is, we still build that kumbaga attitude na yung consistency natin. Okay. So this is an example of the Gem Residences sample computation of a 23 square meter. So kung ito yung sinasabi ko kanina na take advantage of this size, or if your clients need bigger ones, you can take advantage of the 24 kasi ito yung pinakamababa in terms of per square meter. And of course, 13,000 a month lang din siya. The prices that I quoted earlier for the other developers, that's inclusive already of that and other charges, same as ours. And of course, malapit na tayo to end this presentation. Gusto ko lang i-highlight ulit ang competitive edge ni SMDC Gem Residences. The first is the SM brand. Sino bang hindi nakakakilala kay SM? I think yung iba nga sobrang sawang-sawa na pagpunta mo ng department store, shop, puro SM. Pagpunta mo naman sa mga EDSA, marami ka rin makikita SM. So SM, sobrang hinog na yung name na yan. And kanina na-mention ko rin, for investors, this is a good suggestion for flipping. Kasi we have 70 months to pay, making it longer. 'Di ba? Mas maraming time sila mag-dispose ng property nila kung gusto nilang kumita through flipping. And kanina na-mention ko din, we have the lowest monthly from 13 to 23,000 a month. Of course, mas malawak ang market natin compared than other developers. Kasi sa atin, we can cater the mid-end to the high-end clients because of our monthly and our price. So, and then also the last one, we still have a big investors market. Hindi pa sila ubos. Marami pa ring taong gustong kumita from SMDC, marami pa ring taong gustong kumita from real estate. Lalo na na-experience nila ang pandemic, they want an investment that is resilient, and that is real estate. Okay? And then, the last competitive edge that we have as a Pasig property is we have low vacancy rate. Very important ito sa mga clients nyo na ang habol is rental. Ibig sabihin, konti lang ang units na hindi napapaupahan. Almost 1 to 2%. Makati is ranking number 1 as -5. Ibig sabihin, most of the properties in Makati are rented. Pumapangalawa ang, or pangatlo ang Pasig. Okay, kagabi, kausap ko si Mayor Vico. Sabi ko, Mayor, baka naman pwedeng magbigay ka ng message sa Titans. Naloka naman ako. Sabi ko, para at least man lang mabigyan mo kami ng lakas ng loob na ibenta itong gem. Sabi niya, nako Julia, invited niyo na ako sa Friday, tomorrow yon. So lahat tayo kailangan mag-attend pa rin doon, di ba? Kasi makikita natin siya magsasalita fresh in the flesh, Mayor Vico. So humingi na lang ako ng message sa kanya. Baka naman, Mayor, pwede kang magbigay ng message sa Titans. So sana, ito ang goal ko, di ba kanina sabi ko, sana by the end of this discussion, may makuha kayo, meron kayong mapulot na pwede nyong ma-share sa mga investor clients ninyo. Ito ang message ni Mayor Vico. Titans, sabi niya, can we at least commit 1 unit of gem closed this month? Yun lang, sabi ni Mayor. Hingi lang ako ng konting tulong sa inyo, 1 unit a month. So, Titans, my question is, can we do that? Can we commit at least 1 unit of gem residences?
10 units. Charot.
Ay! Taray! Yan ang gusto ko, mga palaban. Okay, so itong 1 unit na to, this is
Bawal
very... This is very, kumaga, conservative. Kasi alam ko naman kayo, mga veterano na kayo sa industriyang to, you can sell more than one. Ito lang, at least this is, kumaga, panimula lang. So, that's all guys. I think siguro sana may natutunan kayo dito sa briefing natin. If you have any questions, try kong sagutin. Kung hindi man, I can get back to you for the answer.
Ang galing naman, Major.
So, yeah,
Number 1.
baka meron kayong mga message, pwede nyo